Welcome back to another set of Duel Links. So we're going to see quite a bit of a variety in this set, which only I don't know if it's maybe one video that's going to be two duels of the same deck. But otherwise, it's going to be quite a bit of a, bit of variety here. So, unfortunately, this one's not exactly the most variety one because we've seen this one recently. My Buster Blader deck against Akiza. So, pray tell, what do you think Akiza has? So for those who just starting Duel Links, really, what deck do you think she has? Yeah, those. It's funny because, she doesn't really need this, she doesn't really benefit too much from this deck. Because, most of the things, I guess she just has some plant things, but mostly the skills that she wants to use are just level modulation skills, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, it's funny because the only reason why I see quite a few players have Aroma decks with Akiza is mostly because it just fits her so well because, well, she is the plant girl here. So, it just makes a lot of sense thematically, but not necessarily that much sense, much at all. If anything, Hassleberry is probably a better character for Aromas because he has a skill that just increases life points at the start of return no matter what happens and no drawbacks. So, I don't know, I just don't see Hassleberry with them. Mostly because, Aromas don't really see that much usage anymore, just mostly with, beginners. And I don't blame them. I mean, then again, Aromas do have, they do have their place, just that they're not meta-relevant, or even, semi-meta relevant. They're just kind of there as, your first good deck. I mean, it's a good deck, it's just not, a great deck, if you know what I mean. Especially considering all the power creep that happens. So, I still think Aromas is a good beginner deck, because essentially, yeah, they do quite a bit of stuff, and their main gimmick, doing stuff when your life points are pretty high and increasing your own life points, that sort of thing. I mean, it's cool and all, but if you're later on, if you play Duel Links long enough, you'll realize that you don't really need this deck anymore. So, like I said, but for me, I like this Buster Blader deck. Because the idea is pretty simple. Summon this dude. That's pretty much it. Summon this dude and hope that your opponent, doesn't carry, some wacky nonsense battle traps. But, and that's pretty much it. But then again, even with wacky nonsense battle traps, you do have other fusions that can work with it. Like with Dark Paladin and Dark Cavalry, they can help with, with back row. I think it's more just spell cards, but they do help with some back row. But, yeah, but unfortunately with the big, Buster Blader fusion, you can't attack directly, so even, even if, you carry, Drowning Mirror Forces, it really doesn't really help, since he can't do Crun, attacking directly, but whatever. But yeah, at this point you can probably tell that this deck is pretty much ran its course, since you can't really do anything. She probably just has mostly, spells and trap cards in her hand now. That or she's, worrying about, the big Buster Blader fusion because he just destroys stuff. If you have a monster, he just destroys. But, yeah. You just kind of see where this deck kind of falls apart. But then again, almost every deck falls apart at some point. For example, I'm playing with DDDs. Since the Decklet event just came out, got a lot of DDD monsters. And while DDD monsters already are pretty good, good in quotations, without the new support. But with the new support, things get absolutely hectic, pretty hectic. Some people say that they're not meta relevant or not going to be meta relevant. But I don't know about you, but playing a deck that works very well with Fusion Synchro and Xyz at the same time is just fun. And their deck works with them. So I just feel it's just really fun to play a Synchro, Fusion, and Xyz at the same time. There's even a way to actually get it on your first turn if you have, a very specific 4 cards. And if you don't, it can't even do it with 3 cards if you don't really care about the extra fusion. So, yeah, these are pretty fun. But for right now, the just fusion deck Buster Blader is fine enough. It's pretty fun, especially dealing with dragons, since, well, they're everywhere. And if they're not everywhere, you can make them everywhere. So, makes me wonder when they're going to add the Buster Blader fusion. I'm not Buster Synchro, the Buster Blader Synchro, the Buster Dragon. Like, I can't wait to actually get Buster Dragon in Duel Links, because that will be a fun deck. Who knows? Maybe I'll throw in like Ebon, like Magician in there, like the rank 7 like XCs. If I really feel like, if I somehow manage to get like 2 level 7 like Buster Bladers in there. Probably not gonna happen, but just saying. Or even like a rank 8 XCs that works with the fusions, but like that's a stupid idea because the fusion's probably just better anyway. But like I'm just saying that it'll be cool if Buster Dragons and Duel Links. I'm just saying. So I don't have to put like the trap card to change everything to dragon types. Hey, we can probably put room for something actually good. Well, anyway, that's pretty much it for this particular duel. So see you guys later for the next duels in this set.
At this rate, I'll never be on Yusei's level.
I did it! That was a tough duel, but I pulled through in the end.